So this is just going to be like 20 minutes, so it won't be a full class, but I'm going to show you some of the poses that I really like to do, especially to warm myself up before I train. Today's going to be kind of a gentle day. Like yoga can be very strenuous, or it can be super chill. Today's going to be super chill. I don't know if you guys have back pain, but I'm very flexible, but I do get a lot of lower back pain, and I have mornings where I wake up and I can barely walk. So if you ever have that issue, these are some stretches that will definitely help you. They help me. It's a way to kind of really ease your body into moving and doing flexible things, maybe getting into some inverted type things too, if you're into that kind of thing. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment, but I'm going to go ahead and just jump in, and feel free to join me. Oh, and if you have a belt laying around somewhere nearby, grab that really quick, because we're going to use it at the end and it's going to feel super good. I'm going to show you how this can be a tool to use every day, even if you don't train. Okay, so go ahead and find yourself in a nice spot on the floor. If you have a blanket or a mat you can put down. I actually don't have a yoga mat, but I like to just do it on the carpet. It works great for me. So we're going to lay down just in Shavasana pose, which Shavasana is just like corpse pose or just laying on your back. Really simple, but it feels really good. I feel like this is one of the best things you can do, even if you just have a few minutes in the middle of the day and you like are able to go lie down on a flat surface. Feels really good. I don't do this enough, but I love it. It's one of my favorite poses. And in a normal class, you might spend a few minutes here or longer, but for today, we're just going to stay here for a few seconds, and then we're going to start doing some dynamic stretches. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take one leg, start with my right leg, and I'm going to pull with my hands on my shin. I'm going to pull my knee to my chest, and then I'm going to open up my hip a little bit and start bringing my knee to my armpit here. And then I'm going to put it back down and switch the other side. So knee comes up and then out just a little bit to my armpit and back. We're just going to go side to side like that. Remember to breathe. Especially before my body is warmed up, I really am hesitant about doing static stretches, so about holding a pose for a long time, because I risk injuring my body. But dynamic stretches are great because you are stretching your body, but you're also doing it in a movement-oriented way that helps warm up your body. So we will do some more static holds in a little bit, but we're going to make sure we're warmed up first, especially when my back is hurting. I can't just hold a stretch. I have to like wiggle around a little bit and get my body used to that. Okay, so you can wiggle your hips a little bit if you want. So now I'm going to grab both of my feet. You can either grab them with your hands on the outside or from the inside. Either way is fine. Whatever feels good to you, you can try both. And now we're in kind of a happy baby type pose where I'm bringing my knees towards my chest, just as much as you can. I don't want you to force any of these stretches. I just want you to do them until they feel good. Maybe until you're pushing yourself a little bit, but it shouldn't hurt. You shouldn't have pain. You should be able to relax, right? So the goal with all these stretches is that I don't want tension in my muscles. I want them to be able to completely relax. And I want to be able to lay here and hold my breath, or not hold my breath. I want to be able to lay here and breathe and just relax into the stretch. So we're going to hold our feet, and if you want, you can kind of just rock gently side to side, move your hips around. And now, I'm going to add another challenge while I'm here. I'm going to take my right leg as I fall to the right, and I'm going to extend it out. And then I'm going to switch to the other side and extend my left leg out. So that looks like, you can't see, here. And I'm just going to bicycle my leg side to side, like so. you like to play spider guard, this is a really great stretch for you. Just, if at any point you feel like this is going too fast, if your body is really hurting, just slow it down and do it at your own pace. But if it feels good to speed it up a little bit, and speed it up a little bit. Get the blood flowing. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take my foot over my knee. You guys have probably all done this stretch before. I'm gonna bring my foot over my knee, and then I'm gonna start pulling my knees to my chest, just as far as you can. So again, we're not like having a competition on flexibility. I might win if we do, but we're just gonna, and we're not even gonna hold right now. You can do a static stretch here where you hold your own knee, but right now I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let gravity pull my legs to my chest a little bit. And again, just like with the happy baby, you can move around a little bit if you want. And like loosen up those hips, loosen up your back. And now from here, what we're gonna do is we're not just gonna stay center, we're gonna make a circle with our legs and our hips. So I'm gonna start following my body towards the left. And as I do, I'm gonna extend my legs out. And then I'm gonna start moving to the right. My legs are away from me. As I start coming back around to my right, I'm gonna bring my knees up towards my head. And I'm gonna keep circling like that. To the left, start extending out, to the right, and then back up. Again, you can do this at your own pace if you want. If you feel like I really just want to hold this stretch for a second, feel free to do that too. But I think it feels really good to circle my hips, legs up. Now we're going to go to our right. I'm going to switch directions. Go to the right side. Go around. Don't forget to breathe. I do sometimes. Don't forget. Try to relax, take deep breaths. Breathe in and out. All right, now we're going to switch legs. I'm going to put my left foot over my right knee. And now just as before, we're going to start circling. I'm going to go to my left side. Start extending out. Back up towards my head. As I go left, I start extending out, down. And as I come right, start bringing my legs back to my head. And let's switch for the other direction. Okay. Again, a lot of these stretches and poses are things that you really could spend a lot more time on. So if you have extra time after this session is done and you want to go back to some of the stretches and spend more time working them, I recommend it. It feels really good. But for now, I'm just going to start moving our knees side to side. Loosen up our hips again. Love this one. And now I want to sit up. But the way I'm going to sit up that helps take care of my back is I'm going to grab the back of my thighs. Right? If I just go to sit up, I'm going to tense up my core and my back a lot. And I'm still not sure if it's ready for that. So I'm going to grab my thighs and use my legs to help rock myself up. And my arms are going to help pull myself up to seated position. Bam. All right. So from here, we're just going to keep our hands behind our thighs. And we're going to rock back and forth a little bit. We're going to put a little bit of momentum into it. Start rocking back. This is something I definitely do if I know I'm going to be inverting a lot if I'm getting ready to train, especially if I'm getting ready for a hard training, if I'm getting ready to compete. I like to make sure my back is really loose. Okay, so from here, oh, let's do this one really fast. This one feels good. We're gonna take our knees side to side again, but now from a seated position. My hands are behind my back, bracing myself, so I'm putting a lot of weight on my hands. And then what we're gonna do, the next time my knees come to the right, I'm gonna like plant them on the ground. I'm gonna take my left hand off of the ground, bring it up in the air, and come up on my knees here. And like really try to pretend there's something attached to my hip that's pulling it out this way. So I'm not like this, I'm like arching my hips here. And then I'm gonna come back down, plant my left hand, go to the other side, knees down, hand up. I'm gonna bring myself up on my knees and thrust my hips. And we're just gonna do this side to side a couple times. This is like the stretch that counteracts all the inverting. Forces my body to go the opposite way. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to give you guys maybe a little bit of a challenge for some of you. For some of you, I don't know, we'll see. You can make it more challenging or less if you want, but this is something that Yoga for BJJ actually created a class for panda guard or like inverting guard. So it's a series of stretches that actually helps you to be more prepared to invert. So you don't have to be good at inverting already. It'll help get you there. It's like an hour and 20-minute video. It's really awesome. But I'm going to give you just a small little taste of one of the flows from it that I really like. So what we're going to do is we're just going to be sitting with our legs outstretched like this. I might have to move a little bit so you can see. But we'll be here. And I want us to just lean forward like we're going to do that basic stretch where we touch our toes, right? If you can't touch your toes, it's okay. You can just put your hands on your shins from wherever it feels comfortable. But I want you to start leaning forward and bringing your chest towards your legs here. If you want, you can fold all the way down with your head and curve your back a little bit. So I'll go, it feels good to you. And then we're going to go back up, raise my hands up in the air, look to the sky. And now I'm going to fold my hands back down. I'm going to let my back collapse backwards. And now I'm going to slowly roll my way down to my back, vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping my legs on the ground. So you're really going to use your core here. Climb all the way down. And then from here, once I'm all the way down, I'm going to bring my hands above my head, like this. Now my legs start to come up, and I want to bring them up until my feet are all the way above my hips, here. Now, this is going to be the part where we see how our core is doing. I want you to in a controlled way, we're not using momentum, we're going to start bringing our hips up in the air and trying to bring my feet over my head. Really slow. You can put your feet on the floor, great. If not, just bring them as far as you can. Here. And then I'm going to go back, nice and slow. So before, when we were rolling back and forth, we were using momentum. Now we're really using our core the whole way. Once my legs are centered above my hips, I'm going to keep bringing them down to the ground, but my arms are going to start to follow. It's like I'm reaching for my leg. Here. Let's do that like 2 more times. Again, from here, up, Hold down. Back up. Now, as I fold forward, I'm going to start to let my spine slowly curl towards the floor. My arms go above my head. Now I'm going to bring my legs up. Hips. And back. Don't forget to breathe. Arms come up. Making like a boat pose as I come up. All the way. Forward. Up. One more time. Really try to do this slow and controlled. This is how we prevent hurting ourselves. You want from here, just kind of put your hands on the ground and twist side to side a little bit. Feels really good. Land your back really quick. Just bicycle your legs, wiggle your hips. If you want to rock back and forth a little bit, loosen that up, you can. There's really not like one right or one wrong way to do these things. In general, if it feels good, then it's probably fun. All right, so the last thing that I want to do, I need this belt. This is one of my favorite ways to stretch for jiu-jitsu, especially after I'm done training when I'm already warm. I do this after every training session, and I swear this saves my lower back. This helps me be able to train the next day. So we're gonna really focus now on stretching our glutes and our hammies, our legs, and it's gonna be wonderful. So lay on your back. Take your belts in both hands around the middle. We're gonna pick one leg. So my right leg, I'm gonna put the belt around my leg and I'm gonna stretch it up. Right? So now, your leg does not have to be straight in this pose. That's like a myth. It can be, and there are ways that that straightening your leg can be good. But if it hurts, to keep your leg all the way straight, if you're like shaking, trying to get it here, just let your knee bend a little bit. Keep your foot above your hips and just really more focus on pulling your thigh to your chest. If you can straighten your leg, great. Like it feels good for me to try to straighten my leg a little bit. And now from here, if you want more of a challenge, take the left leg that's up and straighten it up. Here. But if this hurts, then bring it back up. See what feels good for you. Again, I usually like to hold these stretches for a while. My body is a little bit warmer now, so I feel better about holding a static stretch. But you know, if you want to do this more later, feel free to take some extra time. Now from here, I'm gonna go ahead and hold my belt just in my left hand, and I'm gonna let it fall to the side. Actually, put it in your right hand, sorry. Here. So I'm gonna open up my hips. Just make sure I want to keep my left shoulder on the ground. I want to keep my back on the ground. I don't want to start lifting up my left side. I want to stay flat. Just hold this for a few breaths. And back up. I'm going to switch to my other foot. here. I can either put my foot down or put my whole leg down here. Again, I'm gonna bring my thigh towards my chest, right? I can have a little bit of a bend in my knee if I want. You can even from here, like move around a little bit. You don't have to stay super static. If it feels good to move around and try to find like that sweet spot where the stretch just feels really good, do that. Find that sweet spot. Just hold it there for a minute. Go for it to breathe. Sometimes if a stretch is hurting me while I'm doing it, I like to release it a little bit so it doesn't hurt anymore. And then I really try to focus on taking a deep breath, letting it out, and just slowly letting my body relax for the stretch. So I'm still stretching and I'm feeling it, but I'm super relaxed. I don't want to be tense. And let's let our legs start falling to the left. Hold this for 2 breaths. Sometimes you think you're relaxed, and then you like take a good deep breath and let it out, and then you realize there's tension there that you need to let go. Back up. And put your belts to the side, grab your thighs, and rock yourself back up. And if you have the time and you feel like it, I would recommend just taking some time to lay down in Shavasana again and let your body just chill. Or even if you have a wall, you can take your legs and put them up against the wall straight, like put your butt right on the wall and just let your leg hang in the air against the wall. And I'll stay here for like 10 minutes sometimes and just let my body relax and release its tension. Sometimes I almost fall asleep, but really great option. Anyways, and I will say a lot of these stretches I got from Yoga for BJJ. And you guys, once you check them out, they have a really good free trial, so feel free. But that is all I have for you.